Good morning. I'm Victoria Savage, Nurse Savage on your side, your wisdom guided oracle, and we're having coffee, my beautiful moon mug, because we are moving into a beautiful super new moon. The new moon is when new things begin, new ways of living, new ways of thinking. What do you want to create? Because the energy supporting your thought creations, your beliefs, is magnified during the new moon. So be aware of what it is you're bringing through so that it is more of what you want and less of what you don't want. Happy Monday for us. It looks like it's going to be kind of clear and then a little rainy. We had some beautiful rain over the weekend that soaked everything, so I didn't have to start watering. Good morning, Mindy. So, how is everyone? I have been kind of exhausted, unrealistically. No reason for the exhaustion, getting enough sleep, not overdoing it. But the energy coming in right now is intense. And much of the time, that energy will drain us for a bit because we're being prompted to shift and move. So the cards that wanted to come up are pretty playful, gentle cards. And Archangel Metatron and Michael are through here today to help guide us into the understanding of what it is we need to move forward with and how. So let's get ready. My left hand's been itching for weeks now, and the hands are waking up even more in the healing process. Excuse me, I'm probably going to sneeze. Maybe not. Oh, excuse me. Okay, so the kitchen tarot wanted to come through today again. I had put this in the back of the drawer. It's such a lovely little strange tarot deck that I love it. But the kitchen tarot, the card that came up is the Timer, which is synonymous in regular tarot with the Hanged Man. And this is saying, this is not necessarily a time of action moving forward, making plans, because things are going to be a little bit on hold. But what Michael and Metatron want to talk to us about is why. Well, hello, Julia. Welcome from Southwest Pennsylvania. Hope your weather is a lovely spring one as well. Excuse me. So, we're looking today at how we will dwell in the past and how that will hold us captive and keep us from moving forward. And this kitchen timer, the Hanged Man energy is about, this really is a time that we, as the energies are saying, not a lot of forward movement happening right now. We want to examine what is keeping us captive, what is holding us back, and how the past needs to be resolved within us and let go. But we want to learn from it. And there's a great deal it can offer, not just regret, not just, I wish I could have, woulda, shoulda, coulda. It has the opportunity, because in those things, generally, what most of us keep alive in the past is the things that are not great, the things we wish we could do over, the things that happen that we view as having been less than fun. And the positive aspect in going back, allowing ourselves to go in, but with the intention of, all right, what did I gain from these things that were pretty darn difficult? How did I grow with them? And you want to be open, willing, and ready to your guides, your angels, your companions, Michael and Metatron, the M&Ms. They're quite playful angels in a very fierce warrior type of way. But they're sassy, particularly Michael. And Metatron is very steady. It's like he's kind of that counterbalance in that kind of playful energy. But the past can be a roadblock to our movement in the future. And that's what many of us have created it to be. But once you go back and you own that you brought that past experience into your realm to learn and grow from it, regardless of how big, how tumultuous, how quote unquote bad it seemed, there was a reason you allowed it into your field. And you can grow and still glean from that now if you stop visiting it as a victim or as a regret. If you go in and go, okay, I brought this to me. I'm allowing this to be now the teaching opportunity that it was meant to be for me. Excuse me, when I allow it into my field, when I allowed it into my field, then you can move forward with that learning and you can truly let it go. The power it has on you of holding you in place is done because it really has held you in place in order for you to be able to glean from it everything that you could, all that you could learn from it. And then you are able to release it and move forward with less encumbrance, with less weight on your shoulder, with less walking through jello type of energy. You really can be reborn as we are every morning. This day is a brand new day, nothing, no mistakes in it, as I believe either Pollyanna said or Anne of Green Gables. I think it was Anne of Green Gables. Today is a new day with no mistakes in it. And if we allow the past to keep us tethered, then we're going to have much greater difficulty moving forward. So the kitchen timer is saying this is a time of holding for us, but it is a time when we can delve in and decide that a new energy in this new moon energy coming up the next couple of days, this new energy is how I'm going to move forward with the empowerment of learning from what the difficulties in the past have presented me with. The dragon card that came up was the receiver. I haven't even been able to look at these cards yet. Let me see if I can get her face. I don't think I can. The receiver energy. And that is what you are being willing to be when you go, I'm open, I'm willing, I'm ready, guide me into what it is this past energy has for me here. How can I become better because of it instead of allowing it to hold me captive? Then the sacred traveler says, take a risk, venture forward. Once you gain that understanding of what it was that was there for you in that past challenging experience, you are then better able to take a risk, to be the fool in the tarot card, step off into the unknown because you have more tools, more understanding, more wisdom to move forward with, and to understand that you have the ability at every moment to tap into your guides, Michael and Metatron. Call on every angel, every guide that you want at your beck and call, to ask them for their assistance in helping you fully understand what you need to understand so you can grow and move forward in the path here. Excuse me. The next card that came up is the Wild Child. That is that again, take a risk, gain some courage. The wild child has unfettered courage and is willing to just jump into this next phase of life. Us being willing to do that opens so many doors in our paths. It opens to us the true power of what we have in creation. Again, this full moon is that time of empowered creation. We have extra energy from the cosmos fueling everything that we're entertaining in our minds, in our words, in our belief systems. So you want to be open, willing, ready so you can be made aware of what it is you are bringing in. If you keep ruminating about the past and the things that happened and all the uncomfortableness it produced and why me and can't I have, I wish I could have been different and lived differently, you're going to continue to bring more of that disempowered energy to you and more evidence that, yep, I can't ever move forward. I'm nothing special. I don't have anything to offer the world because I did this, or this experience happened to me and I can't get past it. It's choosing to speak a different future, to believe, entertain, imagine a different future. And the real reason you want to do that, because it is the us that is willing to be a spiritual influence in this world, an energetic influence for good, be the light that we came to be. That is going to enable us to do that more, and we can hold more of the higher vibration, gratitude, and love, and be a brighter light in the world. That is how we are going to save this world. And we, the Western women and men, but the Dalai Lama said the Western woman will save the world. I latched onto that and went, this is what we came for. But really, all we need to do is hold our energy in that higher vibration so our light shines brighter. But when we live in the regrets for all that we should have done by now, who the hell do I think I am? Look what I did, look who I was. All of that wants to go away. But if you keep nurturing it and spending your energy there, you're going to be held in that same energy. The next sacred traveler is release control. And that's really, see, this is interesting. This is always not necessarily this exact picture, but the vision I have is that I will take charge, meaning I will row the boat, creator. I do not want to take control of this journey. I want to be used by you. I want to be in the place I need to be at every given moment so I can be a light for someone in this world. And we release control. I'm open, I'm willing, I'm ready, guide me. Then God, creator of the universe, our angels, our guides, companions, can give us the heads up, the taps on the shoulder, the inklings that we need to see what is there for us to make this journey just a little bit easier. It does not have to be so hard. I did readings yesterday at Crone's Cupboard, which is always enjoyable. But, as I said, recently I have been exhausted, just really wanting to sleep, but not being able to sleep in the mornings, or in a nap or whatever, and fully sleeping through the night. So it is an energy coming in, the shifting energies we're in, the cosmos, very, very powerful, powerful energies from the sun, all of this coming in right now. And we're being shaken up, and it does affect our physical. So yesterday at Crone's Cupboard was a little bit less enjoyable for me than normal. It's not that I didn't, but I was tired. Anyway, this young woman came to me, and she has some very huge abilities that she stepped into the world with that they shut down as she was a 3-year-old because they were overwhelming. She sees things, she feels things. And she said the woman that helped her, when she passed away, all the things came back. Now, the woman is a young woman now. And she said, it's scary. It's, overwhelming. And I told her, the truth that a mentor gave me, which was, you can ask for this to be easier. You do not have to suffer under this. Connect and ask for it to come in with less intensity. So you have these gifts. And she could also, she sees the dead easily. And I said, that does not mean you have to be a medium. You have a choice here. And mediums tend to have shorter lifespans. And one of their good friends was a medium in the area that was well known here, who just died recently in this last, I don't know, several months maybe. I kept kind of thinking I'd like to go see him. And I never scheduled with him. But he passed away rather quickly and pretty young. And so, I told her, you don't have to accept an assignment just because it came to you. And neither do you. We have the right. We have the ability to ask for things to be gentler. And again, in the form of our words and our thoughts and our beliefs, we create our forward movement. How do you want that to look? How do you want to walk in the world? How do you want to show up? And the last card is, Healing energy flows through you, the mystic healer. There is the yous out there that are truly, gosh, I love this thing, but I can't seem to find the light that brings her face. But healing energy flows through you. Just in your vibration, you can be a healer in this world. I was listening to a gentleman that channels a group. His name is Lee Harris. He's just an amazing man. And the group that he channeled said, your focus and so much of what we're fed in the media is about how awful things are in the world. But what they said is, you don't know how awful it used to be. It is becoming better. But what we're being fed by the media, no matter what side you listen to, is to stay in fear, and all the reasons we can stay in fear and anguish and depression. Stop listening to the news. It does not give you anything. If you want to know the happenings like news used to happen, where you got the facts, there is a go to 1440.com and they'll send you an email ever so often. It's not every day of the week, but it's usually 3 to 5 times a week, depending on the week, where they just give you a rundown of what occurred in the world. That is enough to keep you informed. Let me see what Julie wrote. Wow, you can ask for this to be easier. That never, ever occurred to me. Thank you. No, Julia, it is something that doesn't occur to us. We think because we came here with a job, some of us are very cognizant of the fact we came to do certain things, that it can be easier. When Archangel Michael started coming through, my head would hurt. And that's what I was telling one of my mentors. And she said, you can ask for it to become easier. And I did. And now it's just a knowing when Michael is present. And then I call on Michael as well, often in the healing work I do with people, and in the healing work I do with myself, to cut the cords of energy I've created to the energies that I'm choosing to move away from. So a very high vibe, powerful reading. Right now, we're kind of in just a holding pattern, and allow that to be okay, and start releasing the past by asking, what is it that is here for me to grow and learn with? Then you're standing in your divine, energetic, spiritual power with God, the creator of the universe, the central sun, the great I am, the big George, whatever you call that higher power. They do not care. It is that you call them, not because they need us to get on our knees and worship them. It is because then they are allowed, with us having a free will, they are allowed to come in and give us some insights that make this journey just a little bit easier, and our unfolding happens just a little bit faster. Good morning, Cindy. From spinal fusion surgery, I'm getting stronger and have increased energy. Wonderful, Cindy. And that's the affirmation. I'm stronger every day. We have things that knock us down. How we react to it is really how we move forward with greater ease, a little quicker, or with more impediments. It is totally up to us. I think we're complete for this beautiful Spring Monday. Thank you so much for joining me. I'm Victoria Savage, Nurse Savage, on your side, your wisdom guided oracle. Until we meet again.